Bonjour classe, bienvenue dans la classe de français 3. Aujourd'hui, on parle de la description physique. Comment est-on? Comment es-tu? Comment est-elle? Etc. On commence? Okay, super, bonjour. Class, take a look at these questions about our little girl here, and maybe you already know some of the answers because some of this vocabulary is going to be review. Est-ce qu'elle est blonde? Est-ce qu'elle est grande? Est-ce qu'elle a les cheveux longs? Est-ce qu'elle a le visage ovale? How many of those can you answer? And here's another person to talk about. I gotta move myself over here because it's John Cena. Oh wait, this way. Est-ce qu'il est blond? Est-ce qu'il est petit? Est-ce qu'il est faible? Est-ce qu'il porte des lunettes? How many of those words do you recognize? Class, this is our vocabulary for this week, and it begins in your textbook on pages 36 and 37. So if you'd like to have your textbook open while you're following along, you'll be able to see all these different things we're talking about. We're describing people, their physical appearance, and up until now, you've been able to do a little bit. You can talk about hair color, maybe even eye color. You can talk about tall or short. But beyond that, we don't have a lot to work with. So I'm going to give you some details today. Many more vocabulary words that you can use to really pinpoint who you're talking about. Describe these people exactly. So let's get going with this, huh? All right, class, the first thing I want to talk about are things that people are. So I've said on est, one is, brun ou brune, blond ou blonde, roux ou rousse. I think you know this part already. One can be brown-haired brunette, blonde, or a redhead. Those are some basics that we already have. And you say, he is a brunette. She is blonde, right? We say on est, elle est, il est. We also talk about people's size using être. On est grand ou grande. On est petit, petite. On est de taille moyenne. This one's new. Taille moyenne is average size, medium size. Here are some new ones for you. On est mince. That means thin. On est maigre. Skinny. On est gros. Plump. On est costaud. Well built, like big shouldered, strong. On est athlétique. You can tell what that one is, right? On est fort. That also means strong, like a fortress. Et on est faible. That's the opposite of fort. It means weak. These are all things that we use with être to say what people are. But there are some descriptions that are different where you don't use être, where you say what people have. For example, he has brown hair. She has green eyes. They have kind of a round face. Yeah? So here we're going to say on a, but you could also say il a, elle a. Les cheveux bruns, les cheveux noirs, les cheveux châtains. This is a new one, and there are a few more in your textbook if you're looking on page 36. Châtain, châtain clair, et châtain foncé. Châtain is chestnut, so it's a brownish color. We're talking about clair is light, foncé is dark. Châtain by itself is just sort of that brownish blondish color. Kind of hard to describe, except chestnut sort of does the trick. On a les cheveux longs. Now we can talk about not just the color of hair, but how long, how short, different textures. Les cheveux longs, les cheveux lisses. Lisse means smooth or straight. Les cheveux courts, that means short. Comme moi, j'ai les cheveux courts. Also, if you're looking in your textbook, there are a few other ways to describe hair. Les cheveux frisés. It looks like frizzy. It just means curly. Les cheveux bouclés. Bouclé is wavy or also curly. So keep looking at those. You can describe people's hair very specifically now. On a les yeux bleus. This is talking about the eyes, right? Here are the eyes. Les yeux. Little cross-eyed there. Les yeux bleus, les yeux noirs, les yeux marron, which is brown. Also les yeux verts, les yeux gris. Lots of different colors that eyes can be. Le visage. This is the face, shape of the face. Le visage ovale, le visage rond, le visage carré. So ovale and rond you can figure out, right? An oval face or more round face. Carré is square, like not really SpongeBob square, but squared off, like a squared off jaw. And then rectangulaire, similar to square, but maybe a little bit taller. A 4-head or a 5-head. Oh, je ne sais pas. Here are a few other specific things to look for that you can use to describe specific traits that people have. Il est chauve. Do you know what that means? He's bald. Il est barbu. Il a une barbe. Oui. Il a une moustache. Une moustache. Il a une cicatrice. Voici une cicatrice. That means a scar. Cicatrice. Vous voyez? Classe ici. Il a les cheveux en brosse. So brosse is the word for brush. A brush cut or a crew cut or just high and tight. Oui? Elle a une queue de cheval. If you remember what the word cheval means, it's a horse. So in French, they say a horsetail instead of a ponytail. Same thing. Elle a une queue de cheval. Elle a des taches de rousseur. Des taches de rousseur. Talking about her freckles. Et elle a un grain de beauté. Un grain de beauté. Voici. Vous comprenez? Super. Class, here are some different other things you can describe. Parts of the face. I know she's weird. She's all marked up, I think, for doing some contouring. But let's talk about different things that are on your face, and I think you know some of these. First of all, the face itself. La figure, also called le visage. They both mean the same thing. Le front, that's number one. Le front. Une oreille. Une oreille. La joue. La joue. Ici, ici. Un œil. When there's just one, it's un œil. Les yeux. When there are two, les yeux. Le nez. Le nez. La bouche. La bouche. Le menton. Le menton. Et le cou. Le cou. Et voilà, on peut décrire le visage. Now we get to the part of the video where, shh, if you've made it this far, you're about to earn some extra credit. If you're someone who turned the video off too soon, too bad, so sad, no extra credit for you. But if you're still watching, pay attention. I'm going to describe some of these people here, and I'd like you to tell me through email or a private message on Google Classroom which 3 people I describe in the next few sentences. And if you do that, you're going to earn some extra credit. Thanks for sticking with my video. Don't tell anyone else in class. They have to watch it for themselves. Okay, here's how you earn your extra credit. I'm going to describe someone, listen for the description, and write down who it is. Is it Marie, Marc, grand-père, grand-mère, Maurice, Jeanne, Madame Bourdon, Monsieur Bourdon, Clara, Jérôme, ou Jacques? Any of these people here pictured. Here's number 1. Qui est petit, avec les cheveux courts et frisés, et le visage rond? Cette personne est petite, avec les cheveux courts et bouclés ou frisés, et le visage rond. Which person is that? Write it down. Numéro 2. Qui est blond, avec les cheveux en brosse et le visage rectangulaire? Cette personne est blonde, avec les cheveux en brosse et le visage rectangulaire. Et cette personne est aussi costaud. Who could that be? And finally, numéro 3. Qui a des taches de rousseur? Qui a des taches de rousseur? Now, if you listened to those and you weren't sure what I was saying, you can always go back to your book, back to the video, watch it again, learn the vocabulary, and earn that extra credit. Remember to email it to me or to send it to me via private message. Don't just post it for the whole class to see, or it'll ruin the Easter egg on this video. Thanks for joining in. Go back and review this vocab. We'll be talking more about it in class. We'll be describing people, of course, and doing some other fun work. Merci. Au revoir.